Alright everybody, so this one's going to be not as cool as I'd like for it to be. Back with the CR125 engine. Basically, got everything I need to rebuild it. Bearings, gaskets, all that fun stuff. Here's the deal. I've got to be out of my house in about a week. So I'm not going to time-lapse this like I'd love to do, because I have to get this thing assembled, or else I might not remember how this whole puzzle goes together. As you can tell, almost nothing has moved here since you've last seen it, because my house kept getting shown. I never had a chance to work on this. So I'm going to go ahead and assemble most of this bottom end. Obviously the clutches are not going to be assembled. Some of the, I believe, right-hand side will not be assembled, but for the most part it will be, other than like clutches, I believe. I don't really remember. So this is the beginning of this video. I'm going to hop on this, see what I can get assembled. Hopefully at the end of this video, you'll see it just ka-chow, together. Sadly, didn't have a chance to get that welded, so I'm going to have to find somebody to do that once I actually have it together, which is probably less than ideal for the guy who's going to weld it. I'm speaking a million miles per hour because I've got to get on this. Worked late at job number 2 tonight, so I'm about 3 hours behind right now. So, enough rambling. I'm going to get at this. See you guys, and hopefully, well, what's going to be like 2 seconds for you. So here we go. So here we probably have, it's like 11 o'clock at night, so I'm trying not to be loud. Probably the worst looking freshly rebuilt engine ever. Now I say rebuilt with a grain of salt. The crank is new, and everything else in the bottom end has been gone through. Bearing seals, obviously I still have to do the outside seals, but like I said, I'm on a time crunch. The one thing I'm very happy about is I've been trying to figure out where in the world all the material in here came from that took out these main bearings, because they are very not good. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but they're just, that's the nicer one of the two, but it's very not good. That one's actually not horrible. That one is horrible. So I've mainly found metal in one of these power valve gears. Now I'm going to say she was missing some teeth, but I'm going to say she was missing some teeth like 2009 Miss Alabama. A majority of them were there, but there were some that just weren't complete. And I'm assuming that somehow that thing crunched, pulled off like 4 gears right in the center, and must have just shucked them down in there. And I think that must have been how this engine actually met its demise. Now, with everything saying that it's together, there still are some gaskets I need to replace. There's actually a whole pile of gaskets over here yet, because I gotta think. This is the clutch side. The inner clutch basket is broken. With saying that, the outer clutch basket, she's got a hell of a lot of grooves in her. Like, we're talking more groovy than a hippie in the 70s. So she's gonna need replaced too. So this is all gonna come off again. Now to take off the power valve, I have to take off this entire cover again. So I did not replace the gasket in there yet. And then I've still got this guy that'll have to come off to get that whole clutch basket and assembly off, because that's all going to need replaced still too. Now, some people might say, why the hell would you put it together if you're doing that? As I've stated at the beginning of this, and if you're a longtime viewer of me, I am moving. I said I had 7 days. I actually signed paperwork tomorrow. I think I get through this weekend, then I've got the rest of that week to move. So, so I'm sorry, I'm losing days. Yeah, I signed papers Friday. That weekend's already a wash to clean out the new house, and then I'm moving everything. So that's why this had to be done tonight. The only other thing I will do once I reopen this is I'll check out the water pump. I'm definitely going to clean this up better. Like I said, the internals are clean. My main concern was getting it together, making sure it functions. There was a guy on YouTube I watched when I actually got stumped. It's like, I meant to remember his name, but it's something Moto. If you type in like CR125 lower end assembly, first video that pops up. If anybody's doing this and they have any questions, that guy's video is the one to go look at. He seems like he knows what the hell he's doing. He has tips to how to put things on. He shows you all the steps how to do it. Even when I got to points where I knew what I was doing, I still kind of would watch ahead just to make sure I knew I was doing it correctly. Now, with that also being said, he has it in 3 videos, so you have to be ready for that as well. So, like I said, the top end still needs redone entirely. That's why there's still this junk blue gasket maker. If you rebuild an engine, don't do that. Get some high-tech engine stuff. Like I said, I knew I was doing this quick, so I just went ahead and got some Permatex Forma gasket, the liquid sealant. In my opinion, that liquid sealant's the way to go. As you can see, there's not a bunch of gasket goo coming out of there, and it just looks better. Now, sadly, I took this engine apart maybe 5 years ago. So there are some nuts and bolts missing. Obviously, I still have the clutch cable in, so this has to come off again anyways, so I can hook that up, but that's not a big deal either. And like that thing's been bathed in oil forever, but this thing is now at least together. This will get off the machine shop once I get moved into the new house. Once I get that off the machine shop and I start messing, I get parts for the other side, I'm going to start messing with this engine again. Now, what I can do while it's together is I can take this and shove it in there. Then I can start checking things out. I still need to get a swing arm for that. I need to make sure the triples work. I need to do a lot of other little things to make sure that's going to work. As you can tell, I've not touched the tank yet either. This thing's taking a lot longer than I'd expected, not because of the work that's going into it, but because of life. Obviously, houses and stuff, they're going to come first before three-wheeler dirt bike. But yeah, that's it. And I don't know how well you guys will be able to see it, but like right inside there, them bearings are missing in spots. But the weird thing is, like, it's got side-to-side play, but now I can feel the up and down. You guys can hear it. So yeah, hey, there's a bolt. I was looking for one of those. Well, I did say I'm missing bolts because I took this thing apart like 5 years ago. I actually know where that one goes because I was kind of looking for it. Haha. There's still some old shit on there it needs cleaned out, but actually this one should go there, that one should come here, but regardless, I have it. It's together. That's going to be the end of this one. Like I've been kind of leaning towards, I could be slow uploading because I'm going to be moving. And it won't be crazy in my eyes if that is what happens. Like I said, life is more important than this. Also, you will see a few videos coming up to where I've started things in this house, in this garage, and obviously they're going to end in the other garage. So if you see me flipping back and forth on some stuff, actually some Dakota content, don't be too surprised. But all in all, people always making out the transmissions in these things, or any four-wheeler, dirt bike, any of that, are horrendous and scary. If you've never done one, I actually recommend it. Just take your time. Get the book. Get the book. It's worth every penny. They're like $20-30. It's worth it. And just learn a new skill. Every time I've ever talked to people about it, they're like, oh, don't do it yourself. Send it off to the professionals. In my eyes, at one point in time, every professional didn't know how to do things. They were like an average Joe like me right now who didn't know what they were doing, but they figured it out, and now they're professional. I will never be a professional at these, nor do I ever really want to be. I'm going to be good enough for me, and that's all that matters. So I'm going to go ahead and go to bed because I have to work in the morning, and it's going to be a late night at the second job plus moving. So go me. Hope everybody has a great day, and keep on keeping on.